Somebody asked, do you guys know why you're single? And I'll speak for myself. I know exactly why I'm single.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Because I've never dated a guy that God would have approved for me. Not to say, let me clarify and say that I've actually only dated great men.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Good people to their core, but never somebody who's further along in their faith than I am.
What the does that mean?
And I know without a shadow of a doubt that the person God has for me is like so far along in their faith than I am. And I have such a desire, like a yearning to be led spiritually. I just want to sit and look up at a man talking to me about theology. And I'll be so happy. You know what I mean?
No.
And so there's always been, unfortunately, not in like an insulting way, but there's a level of respect that I'll have for the person that I'm with when that's the case. And I've never experienced that.
To say you can only give your respect to this ideal person that doesn't exist in your world yet just says that you disrespected to some degree the men that you was with before. You didn't give them the full respect they deserve because through her words, they were good men. I would assume any God would want to give you a good man, a man that doesn't harm you and want the best for you and do things for you. And through her choices, if she got into a relationship with them, she liked them to some degree. So to say that this person is not perfect in the way you want them to be perfect and say that it's God's fault because he didn't send you the man that he was supposed to yet is crazy. Controversial take? Don't care. If a woman is single in her 30s, it's her fault.
How dare you?
If she's beautiful, definitely her fault. This is with the exception that she was in a long-term relationship and just ended up getting out of one. We're talking about a person that's chronically single or have relationships and end them and have relationships and end them. Because it's only one of two things. Number one, she don't know how to pick. Number two, the people that she picked don't want her.
Damn.
Now, of course, there's some women that just destined to be alone because they want to be alone. Yes, but that's a minority. But to think that the majority of women that's single want to actually be single and do not want a family, do not want a husband, do not want a man to be with for the rest of their life that they desire and they love, admire, and respect is a lie. Especially when they have a cheat code, like being beautiful. That means something is wrong with you or you're unbearable to some degree because they have a dating pool of so many men. And to say that all these men don't qualify is bull.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
That not only means your standards are high, that means it's unachievable and less likely. Hell, there are women that are billionaires and I can say I'm not going to settle until I get a billionaire. At that point, I'm just going to be waiting all my life.
Ladies, have you ever wondered why some men choose Wonder Bread women over you? And when I say Wonder Bread, I'm just talking about girls who are a bit more plain, a bit more basic, average. And you, on the other hand, are like a divine French croissant and you're confused. You're like, I don't get it. Why are you going for Wonder Bread when I'm right here? There are 3 reasons why this happens and I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. Starting with reason number 1, Wonder Bread is cheaper, okay? You get a lot more value for basically half the price of a croissant. And even though some men might appreciate the way you look, they are going to choose Wonder Bread because she doesn't require as much money or time to impress. Which brings me to reason number 2. Wonder Bread will change herself for a man, a croissant will not, okay? Wonder Bread will become a grilled cheese, an avocado toast, a PB&J, any day of the week depending on what he wants. A croissant, on the other hand, it's kind of like take it or leave it, as in you might not be as willing to compromise or change your lifestyle for a guy. And the third reason is Wonder Bread is less maintenance, okay? Wonder Bread, you break it apart, there are no crumbs. With a croissant, a lot of crumbs, and some guys honestly don't want to deal with it. But here's the thing, the people that like croissants love croissants and they don't even look at Wonder Bread. So don't try to change yourself, but instead embrace all of your flaky French layers because the right person is gonna adore them.
When you lay down with somebody, you are sharing your soul, you are sharing a piece of yourself, you're giving a little piece of yourself up. And I think I only got so much soul left and I don't want to necessarily just give it over to anybody.
I find that extremely crazy coming from women that promotes women doing whatever they want to do or having degenerate behavior and saying that this is okay.
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I'm from South Central Los Angeles. And I love ice cream trucks. And whenever one comes by, I give me a big stick to show off to all the boys what I can do.
What's your nickname? What they call you?
They call me Keys. Let me show you why they call me Keys. They have on my booty short.
Get that queso, shorty. Get that queso.
They call me Keys because I be like, hi, it's Keys in the building.
And now what's happening is what men are actually saying that's going to happen in the future. You're going to get to an age where that becomes foolish. You're going to get to an age or a point in your life that you're going to look back at your past and say, ugh, that was disgusting. I should have never had did that.
It's gonna sound hypocritical, but because I did so much in my life. I had my nipples out, I had my panties out, but now those are the things, like, I guess as a mom and like an evolved young lady. Young, emphasis on young. It's just things that I just feel like I would never do, or I'm just like, oh my God, I really did that? Nips out.
And it just so happened the people at the time was telling you that you should not do that, or maybe you should reconsider it and you didn't want to believe them. That's basically having a teenager, a person that thinks they know everything but absolutely knows nothing. And when told the right thing to do, they look at it like it's the wrong thing to do, and they want to do their own thing and figure things out on their own. And that's all fine, well and good until the next generation is doing as bad as the last generation, which means there's no progression. And I can guarantee somehow she expects a man to come take the little soul she have left and treat it like it's a huge soul.
I don't get it. Like, please, somebody explain. How can you go from telling somebody that you love them to leaving them like it was nothing?
She just took the red pill. She just figured out what it feels like to be a man.
It is not hard for an unattractive woman to get an attractive woman's man. Here's where the pretty women lose. The fine sisters, this is where they get their heart broke. When they find out they man left them or is dipping on them with a woman who don't look half as good. Yeah. Self-esteem, she don't look nothing like she. You know how she got him? She catered to his ego. She looked at what you would not do and she did it. And any man to tell you when the lights off, everything's even. When the lights are off, that unattractive woman might got skills and talents that you ain't even thought about having. And this is why the full-figured sisters don't be sweating the pretty girls. The average sisters don't be sweating them because they know you ain't doing for him what I can do for him.
To some degree, I think he's right. But I don't think men in general sleep with other women to replace their woman. And it's because this other woman is giving him stuff that he's not getting from her. Humans are opportunists, and if they see an opportunity that they want, they'll jump at it. And that's in most cases. It doesn't take a lot for a man to sleep with a woman. It takes a lot for him to keep her. Now, if a man kept a woman and want that woman over his woman, then guaranteed she's doing something that you was not doing. And it's something that he wants and asked for, not just something that you as a woman just giving him because you feel like he deserved this and this only.
What is the difference between boyfriend and girlfriend and friendship? Like, if you're not having sex, if you're not engaging in intercourse, sleeping together, living together, vacations, like, what is the difference between friendship and
there's no
difference. And so I made a rule for myself, and
Definitely.
It worked out.
I believe this is a woman that women actually want to follow. I think she was living her best life and she ended up having a kid or something by somebody else. And then she ended up leaving that situation and ended up finding a husband. A good one, to her sake. If women don't care about men so much, why do they fight to have male friends? Why, when a man says that they don't really like them having male friends, they shame them and say that they're insecure? As a man, I don't encourage you to try this, but this is something to think about. If you're a straight man in a relationship with a woman and you like going to gay clubs, yeah, I'm going that far. And then most of the time you want to wear low-rider jeans and you want to party specifically at the gay club. And then your girl asks, why don't you just go to the normal club if you're going to go out? You say, no, I like going to the gay club. Guaranteed she's going to think something different about you. That doesn't make her insecure. That makes her smart. Because a person that likes being in a situation where they're getting the same benefits as if they were in a relationship but they don't have to sleep with someone can open the door with them sleeping with someone. So if a woman wants to have male friends, it's best you just leave. Allow her to have her male friend. He's just like a boyfriend anyway.
People don't know how to raise children. When my kid came to me and he said, Daddy, a wheel came off my toy car, and he gave it to me. And I said, so it did, and I threw it in the garbage. And I went back to my magazine. And then I watched that lower lip going off. Then he started crying. I said, what's the matter? He said, you throwed it away. I said, I'll get you baby toys where the wheels don't come off. He said, well, maybe I can fix it. So I gave it to him again. And he's sitting on the couch, and he gets it together. In just a minute or two, gets it together. Then you pick one. How did you do that? It's wonderful. He says, I'm not that little. And but how did you do it? See the hole in the wheel, yes. See the piece of iron sticking up? I put the hole on and pushed on. I said, that's wonderful. But if you say, here, let Daddy do it, let Mommy do it, you produce a blob. You know what that means? You solve all your kids' problems. You have to put things upon them.
And this is why fathers are necessary. Women emotionally take care of kids to make sure they feel better for the moment. Men emotionally take care of kids to make sure they'll be better forever.
People change when they hurt enough they have to. When they see enough they're inspired to. When they learn enough that they want to. And when they receive enough that they're able to. Those are the 4 times that people change.
Moral of the story, you can't change nobody that don't want to change themselves. So it's either they change themselves or you remove yourself. Don't go chasing waterfalls.